It is not time for reform. It is not time for better training.
Wanted for anything. He
doesn't have any criminal record.
Yeah, he has a criminal record for
what's on his record?
Interference with 911 call.
Interference with the 911 call.
Yeah, wow.
They don't even track that. I've been a dispatcher. Like, that's ridiculous. Interfering with a 911 call.
Yeah.
That's a crime. Like, how do you interfere with a 911 call?
Well, like if you're beating on your wife and then she calls 911, you take the phone away from her.
Yeah.
That's interfering with a 911 call.
Okay. Yeah. It's not an actual crime that anyone
Yeah, it
reports.
is. It's actually
Okay.
And he lives down the street?
Yeah.
Which
And what
house does he live in?
Can't tell you. We're not trying to do that.
You guys aren't law enforcement. Border Patrol agents, maybe.
And the crimes he committed was what? Interfering with the 911.
It is not time for more funding.
We don't care who interests you. You guys are on private property.
Private property. You can't break the law.
It doesn't matter who has guns. You think you have bigger balls because you have guns?
You're more dangerous than anyone with a gun. You are more dangerous than
Coward. What a coward mentioning guns.
Jesus hates you. God hates you. We all hate you. Your family hates you. Your children would be better if you were dead.
I'm helping my patients. This is out of here.
Kill yourself.
We have guns. That's right.
He loves you. God. He loves you attention. Little dick.
And you got kids on you.
What are you looking at him for? You're a regardless. Hi. Can you let us know why you guys are working with immigration? You guys were. You guys were all over the place. Instead of stopping them, you guys were introducing yourselves to them. I saw that.
From many activists, the call is clear. It is time for abolition.
We're seeing our neighbors who are being kidnapped, peaceful protesters being assaulted and murdered, our civil rights laying strict, resources to fight the climate crisis has been cut, fossil fuels and animal agriculture destroying our planet and people's health, access to food and health care becoming a privilege for the wealthy instead of a basic human right for all Americans. It is very clear that protecting our planet and our communities are not a priority for this administration, and it's really hard to celebrate that when we no longer feel safe in our own homes or in our streets.
After receiving the 2026 MLK Jr. Beloved Community Environmental Justice Award, artist Billie Eilish called out ICE and the current administration. On her social media, she would post, "Hey, my fellow celebrities, you gonna speak up, or will we know one individual who will?"
We have all lived in the United States through truly a countless number of school shootings. School shooting after school shooting after school shooting after school shooting. And the conservative argument that allows school shootings to continue has always basically boiled down to, we have to protect the Second Amendment. We have to allow people to carry weapons. We have to allow people to own and carry weapons legally. And, some little kids die. That's okay with them. Unbelievable argument, by the way. Every argument I've seen for why Alex Preddy's death was justified yesterday is like, well, he had a gun. Shut the up! You've spent 30 years straight telling us that children have to die so that we're allowed to legally carry weapons everywhere in the United States. This guy was being beaten to a pulp on the ground. He didn't draw his weapon. He had a weapon on him legally. And they shot the out of him and killed him. So shut the up. We have been telling you for 30 years we don't think people should be allowed to have as many guns as they're allowed to have or carry them legally around the United States. We've been telling you that for years. You've told us that it has to happen. It has to continue. Children continue to have to die to allow us to carry guns around. So shut the
That being her brother Finneas, who, like myself, is getting shadow banned on TikTok with the new takeover. While that is all well and good, ICE in 2026 is unraveling. Through his sourcing, Ken Klippenstein spoke with tons of sources inside the Department of Homeland Security who say it is more Reno 911 than anything else, like this masculine feel that they're trying to put out. Internally, theirs is also a story of gung-ho 19-year-olds, drunken stakeouts, and senior officers disappearing into meetings and all of a sudden needing time off, he would write. One ICE agent would tell Ken, yet another justified fatal shooting. 10 versus 1, and somehow they couldn't find a way to subdue the guy, as in Alex Preddy, or use a less than lethal means. They all carry belts and vests with 9,000 pieces of equipment on them, and the best they can do is shoot a guy in the back. He adds, through all of the federal agents I've spoken to this weekend that support immigration enforcement, they indeed see the Minneapolis operation as something else entirely, an open-ended counterinsurgency in a faraway land and under an out-of-touch leadership in Washington more concerned with optics than immigration. To go back to what Billie Eilish said, what sticks out to me is that this is now the second award show where she has been at the podium and has called out the billionaire class. She has called out celebrities. She has called out how they are destructing everything in its path, in their path rather, including the climate. You know, war isn't good for the climate. Genocide isn't good for the climate. Having chemicals that are used in warfare on American protesters and Americans in general, not good for the climate either. So I appreciate this. I appreciate someone who is very wealthy speaking out like this because it says a lot. It also says a lot that so many are saying so little about everything that has gone on. And for those that aren't, we're keeping tabs. Because when you do come around and say something, we'll point to everything that has occurred. And also, just lastly, very lastly, something that gets me is seeing a lot of celebs who will speak out because of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. And I have two thoughts on this. The first is there are some who support the state of Israel speaking out against ICE when really those are intertwined. All of our struggles are intertwined. Do you know who trains with the IDF? ICE. Do you know who has an office location in Israel? ICE. They learn from the IDF. Again, these struggles are interconnected. So wearing a pin or speaking out, but then also supporting that, I just have a huge problem with it. And if you want to learn more, go to Prem Talker's video on all of this because it is mind-blowing.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.